There are only days left in the proportional representation referendum here in BC. Elections BC has to receive your ballot by Friday, November 30th at 4:30 p.m. I'm a Fair Vote Canada supporter along with thousands of your neighbors from all over BC. My name is Bob McKay. I've been involved with federal progressive conservatives and Greens and a bit with the provincial NDP and the Greens. But this is not about parties for me. It's about people, democracy, and representation. You might not like politics or politicians. You may feel ignored, or you may be disgusted by the way our politicians treat each other, or all of the above. But this referendum is important regardless. This is our chance to change things for the better. I understand you've heard pretty far-fetched fear-mongering from the no side, but I'm with Fair Vote Canada, and we've been trying, not lying. We've checked out every negative claim. Fair Vote Canada has no ulterior motives. We simply want our neighbors to have the representative they want in this representative democracy. I hesitated before doing this, but seriously, who do you trust? DeCiano, a serious no to electoral reform politician, co-hosted an anti-pro-rep town hall with Bill Thielemann on the no side here in BC. He was just charged by the OPP with campaign finance violations. Sheesh. I'm happy to report that no Fair Vote Canada people have been charged with campaign finance violations. Of course, we didn't get $500,000 from the BC government either. Follow the money. Up to October 18th, 60 of 96 donations reported by the no side were of $1,200, the maximum. Vote PR BC data through November 5th was a median of $26. But enough about trust and money. Democracy is more important than money. In BC, there are about 3 million voters. They deserve to have someone represent them that they want to represent them. Last election, 1 million chose not to vote. That raises serious questions about our system in itself, but of those that chose to vote, only half were represented by the party they wanted to represent them. This is a serious problem that ProRep would largely alleviate. Let's talk about how safe ridings affect your representation. The vast majority, 2/3 of BC electoral districts, have elected the same party for the last 4 elections. That's called a safe seat. Do you suppose low voter turnout might have something to do with safe seats? Why vote if you know there's no chance of your chosen representative winning the seat? Do you suppose having 37 safe seats might have something to do with the Liberals being so opposed to ProRep? Back to representation. The candidates in safe ridings are chosen by party members at a candidate selection meeting, not by voters in a provincial election. The party members that select them often follow the direction of party executives or even the provincial executive. These candidates will likely win. And remember that 2/3 of ridings have had the same party representing them for the last 4 elections since 2005. Kelowna is a safe Liberal riding, so Christy Clark was a shoe in there. Parachuting in a candidate happens when a candidate does not live in the riding. Don't feel for Ben Stewart, though. 4 months after he resigned, he received a $150,000 a year job as BC Special Representative in Asia. Here's what the votes in some safe seats look like. I used to live in Langley. Last provincial election, Mary Polak won in Langley and Rich Coleman in Langley East. Rich and Mary have safe provincial seats. But what about the over 27,000 voters that did not want them? Do they have a right to representation? You can see the thousands of voters in Langford, Nanaimo, and Kelowna. These are only about 1/10 of the safe seats in BC due to not having ProRep. In total, there are over 300,000 Liberal and NDP voters and almost 300,000 Green voters in the same boat in other safe ridings around BC. Supporters of First Past the Post will say those voters have representatives, and they do, if they want help with dealing with the government. But when it really matters, in the legislature, making laws, you can bet that Rich and Mary and other MLAs in safe ridings are paying more attention to their party than the people in their riding. With ProRep, those unrepresented voters will have more and better representation. We understand that you've not had time to check out the 3 ProRep options, but remember, you only need to answer question 1. So please mark that for proportional representation for better representation. Remember, question 2 is up to you. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Try to vote to try ProRep for 2 elections, and we'll know. Thank you very much.